Harry Richards from HLTV created a database on publictableau.com where every tier 1 team is listed. On that list, it also shows where these players are playing on CT side along with their HLTV rating. What I've done is compiled all that information and averaged out each position to see which spots on CT have the highest average HLTV rating. Along with that, I found demos of these pro players playing these spots in pro matches and in online Face-It games to discover exactly how they find success in each position. Link to each demo is also in the description of the video if you want to check them out yourself. We'll be going through each map to see where you should be playing to have the highest impact in your matches. But before we get started, if you end up learning something or if you just enjoyed the video overall, please be sure to leave a thumbs up. It truly does help. Anyway, let's get started. For train on CT side, the A main player and the Pop Dog player alike usually have the highest HLTV rating, with the Pop Dog player having an average of 1.04 and the A main player having an average of 1.05. However, when I started watching these demos, I realized that there's a lot of similarities to both of these positions, so instead of just providing advice on one, I've decided we do both. First, I watched Donk, who is a Pop Dog player. Him and Nico both throw the same exact utility when leaving CT connector, after which Donk becomes fixated on stopping the initial T-con aggression. After that, he starts to shift his focus towards Pop Dog. What I saw when watching this demo is that there's an off angle you can actually play by just standing on top of E-Box. Not only that, but if you want to block off Pop Dog, all you have to do is stand behind E-Box just until you're no longer visible to if anyone wants to peek you from Pop Dog. Aim at the lower left-hand corner of this square on the garage door and just left-click throw. This smoke should bloom into the entirety of Pop Dog, blocking vision from anyone that wants to peek you. If Donk isn't sitting behind E-Box at the start of the round, that means he's likely pushing into Pop Dog with a teammate. Doing this every so often will likely prevent the T's from just W-king all the way down through Brown Hall and Pop Dog to pick fights with you while you're trying to stop T-con aggression. Moving on to how Nico plays A main, like I mentioned earlier, he throws the same exact nades that Donk throws, but during the beginning of the round, he'll play on top of Red Train for quite a bit or just fully aggress into A main. Some things that I saw him doing was using this ladder on Red Train to spot for information into A main. I also discovered this interesting peek that you can do. If you walk towards the end of Red Train, you can actually spot the head of any T's if you're standing on this corner. Before we move on to our next map, I thought I'd show you how to throw the same utility Nico and Donk are throwing. For the molly, all you have to do is aim at the left side of this upper window and then just left click throw right before you hit the wall. If thrown correctly, it should land deep into A main. For the HE, all you have to do is aim at the top of the first train tracks you see here, and once you pass the box on your left, just right click and left click jump throw. If thrown correctly, it should land right inside of T-con. Now, to be fair, this isn't necessarily the easiest nade setup out there, but it is incredibly effective, and there's a reason why pro players are throwing it. It'll take some time to practice to get this down consistently, but this is what it should look like full speed.